Remember when editing apps were actually free? Back then, apps like CapCut, Picsart, and others gave you almost everything you needed without constantly asking you for money. Sure, there might have been a few ads or premium features, but the core editing tools were available to everyone. Fast forward to today, and it feels like every update locks another feature behind a paywall. Want to remove a watermark? Premium. Need better quality tools? Premium. Better effects, fonts, templates, or even basic export options? Premium. At first, these subscriptions seem cheap, maybe $8 or $10 a month, but when you add CapCut, Picsart, maybe even Canva, and other editing apps together, you're suddenly spending hundreds of dollars every year just to create content. And that's extremely frustrating, especially for beginners who are trying to start YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram without spending a fortune. Now, to be fair, these companies do have reasons for charging more. I mean, you got cloud storage and constant updates that cost money to develop, you know? But many users feel these apps have crossed the line from offering optional premium features to making the free versions feel intentionally limited. Take a look at this post from the r/CapCut community. The title reads, "CapCut is a dying app and is no longer a free, easy-to-use, wholesome app. It is now a clout-chasing scum of an app and a scam." In this thread, a user by the name of Anon or Anon underscore is underscore a underscore fish, they wrote a response saying, quote,
"I understand charging for some features, and I recently picked up the app again, a year difference, and now almost everything is behind a paywall. What some people don't grasp is that most of the features that used to be free are now behind a paywall rather than new, more advanced editing features."
Another user by the name of Administration OK9785 also said,
"I have used this app for years, and this morning spent an hour preparing a video only for it to try to charge me $77 to export it. What in the actual hell is going on? I hope everybody deletes this app and never gives the grimy humans that run it another cent."
I do agree with some of them because CapCut is kind of greedy. I'm not gonna hold you. CapCut got something called standard, and I think that's pretty asshole-y of them, cause what do you mean I still have to pay for standard? I think nothing was going through their heads when they did this. Like, people should pay for standard things. Like, does that make sense? So the real question is, are these apps simply trying to keep up with rising costs, or have they become more focused on maximizing profit than helping creators? My very sure opinion is that I think part of the reason this happened is because these apps became incredibly popular. Thanks to TikTok, game edits, anime edits, movie edits, and even TV show edits, millions of people started downloading it. Suddenly, it wasn't just an editing app, it became the editing app that almost everyone was using. And when an app reaches that level of popularity, companies know people rely on it. That's when we started seeing more subscriptions, more premium-only features, and more paywalls. It definitely feels like the more popular these editing apps became, the more expensive they became as well. After all, content creation has never been more popular. Every day, thousands of people decide they want to start a YouTube channel, post on TikTok, or create videos just for fun. But one of the biggest things stopping them isn't creativity, it's clearly the cost. When you're just starting out, you probably don't have a budget for editing software. You're looking for these free apps to learn the basics, experiment with different styles, and figure out if content creation is even something you want to stick with. But that's becoming harder and harder, especially with these greedy companies. A lot of the tutorials you watch recommend features that are now locked behind a subscription. You find the perfect template only to see a premium badge or a diamond or anything to represent that it's out of budget for you. Even something as simple as exporting without a watermark or using certain fonts can cost money, especially the ad situation. Some people get ads on editing apps, and for new creators, that's discouraging. Some people give up before they even upload their first video because they feel like they need expensive software just to compete. Some others settle down for lower quality edits because they can't afford the tools that bigger creators use. And while paying for software isn't a bad thing, the problem is that many of these apps built their communities by being free and accessible. They helped millions of creators get started as more and more essential features move behind subscriptions and just plain paywalls. It feels like the barrier to entry keeps getting higher. The good news is that creativity doesn't come from a price tag. Some of the bigger creators on YouTube started with basic editing apps, free software, and whatever they had available. Great storytelling, entertaining ideas, and consistency will always matter more than the new fanciest transitions or the funniest effects. But it's still worth asking, if the next generation of creators can't afford the tools they need to learn, how many amazing channels will we never get to see? Now, I know you guys are looking at some things and going, this is not expensive at all, but some people, such as younger children or even older adults who don't have the type of pocket money to spend on certain subscriptions, it can still get in the way of their success. We'll never know how popular this creator can be unless they had a specific type of niche or any type of rewarding audience, I guess. Does that make sense? Well, that's it for me. And before you guys leave, I just wanted to say that, yeah, CapCut still gives good, options, but some people really just want to be different and have different opportunities instead of just using what people are gonna expect them to use, Editing honey here. Yeah, what I meant by that is that people are gonna want something new and different, So when you're editing videos, you're expecting it to be top tier. And CapCut, they had that type of opportunity and it was free. But what surprised people and what lost some of CapCut's audience was the fact that they took advantage of that and people were upset that they had to pay. That's what I meant. Back to the video. I use CapCut, I use picsart, but I'm just tired of the whole you have to pay constantly. But creators like me, we have nothing but to rely on CapCut for now. Who knows how successful I will be? Who knows how successful someone else would be? Just constantly, not giving up or whatever. So yeah. Later guys. Subscribe and join my Discord, actually. Sorry, join my Discord and comment. Yeah. Later guys.